Hi, my name's Dee, your Professor of Woo Woo, and welcome to your special readings for not so much for the eclipse, we're out of the eclipse window now, but for integrating the eclipse energies. We've just had two very potent eclipses. I mean, all eclipses are supposed to be potent, aren't they? But the partial solar eclipse that was in Taurus gave us a great sense of promise. Not so much here's what you could have won, but here's what you can win. Whereas the Scorpio total lunar eclipse is more, and here's what you need to deal with while you're aiming for what you can win. Here's the crap you need to get out of the way. Here's the obstacles you have to overcome. Here's the things you have to let go of. Now, these eclipses, they're not just a 2-week length. As if you look at Dorotheus, he says for a solar eclipse, for each hour of the eclipse, you can assume that chart has power for a year. He's probably not phrased it like that, but it was a 4-hour long eclipse. This was really, really potent. This was very much awakening our minds or our souls or what have you into what we can achieve. Now, again, according to Dorotheus, an hour of a lunar eclipse is a month. I don't know how long the lunar eclipse lasted. I've looked it up a bit and I've forgotten already. I'm not sure I was even successful in finding how long it lasted. So comment down below. But as ever, I apologise that I have not been doing regular monthly readings. We've had some very strong astrology this year, and I have very much been, I'm not going to say been victim to it, because the majority of it has all been good. But I have been buffeted by it or kept busy by it, between day job and out of work commitments as well. It's not left me a huge amount of time for filming. And of course, quick plug, I am working on my course to present through later this year through Bloodstone Studios about angels and demons in the chart and how they can be used for magical purposes and for interpretive purposes as well. But anyway, there is a timestamp down below for if you want to just fast forward past the waffle. But before you do, please listen to this once, because I'm going to say, watch your sun, your moon, and your rising, if you know them all. If you've only got time for one, watch your rising. But your sun will be of a great help considering we're talking about eclipses. Ask a question prior to the reading. You'll have enough warning when I stop waffling. But take a moment, think about all of the questions or issues that surround you at the moment, and ask a question. But be aware of all of those questions, because the cards will answer what they please and not necessarily what you or I think is the most important one. But focus on one of the questions because it gives energy to the process. And the more, energy in, energy out. So obviously all that good YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe if you like it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to say. Oh yes, the other thing that kept me away from the readings was studying my astrology and learning the astrology, which, still working on that. Got distracted by angels and demons, so still working on my basic astrology. But as you can see from my bi-weekly videos with David, I'm getting there. Another 6 years, I'll be fine. Can't think of anything else. Please do comment down below if you've already had an effect from these eclipses. And so I will bring the readings up. So here's your timestamp, and we'll shoot. So it's the same intro for all of them. Next time you watch this, fast forward through it and just go to the timestamp if you watch your more than one reading. All right, see you in a moment. So Sagittarius, these two eclipses were in your 12th and 6th houses, if you're Sagittarius rising, that is. So that's your house of service and of health and of misfortune. And your 12th house of secrets, the unconscious, there's an element of spirituality there. And I'm seeing not a spirituality per se, but I'm seeing actions that are motivated by a spirituality. We start with the Justice card and the Queen of Wands, that is basically saying to me that there's something you want to change. There is something that you want to, that excuse me, that you've had enough of, and you go, this is it. I'm not taking this anymore. We're going to change this. Because I feel like it's something that you have been dancing around strategically for quite some time. It's something where there is a system that you are not entirely thrilled with, that you've had to work with, um, and that you've got the urge to change it. You've got the urge to say, we can't keep doing this anymore, because it is tradition here with the Hierophant that is holding against you. And it's almost like the environment is saying, but there's so many ways you can work within this system to get what you want. And you're stood there going, no, this system is wrong. This system is flawed. This system is biased. This system is not. It's not that I don't want to say it's not suitable. It's been perfectly suitable in the past by the looks of it for what it wanted to do, but it's not suitable for people because it is basically unfair. And with the Spirit bringing in the King of Cups, I never clarified that card. Where have I put the... let's just take whatever. Three of Cups. Now that appeared somewhere else. You've got support here. You've got support of friends. Where's the other Three of Cups? Here. There's a dream, a goal that you are wanting to move forward with. With the Eight of Cups in the... I think this is quite polarizing. Whatever this issue that you are taking on is quite polarizing. You have the support of friends. We've got the Three of Cups card, a card of celebration, a card of feeling, finally, I am able to do something. Joined with the Three of Cups that Spirit is bringing in alongside the King of Cups, there's an emotional, it's time now, I can do this, I feel okay with doing it, because there's been anxiety about this in the past. There was an Eight of Swords somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I've not clarified that one either. How interesting. Yeah, it's what you are actually working towards, this way of trying to change a system. You are threatening it. Well, this fight is threatening your, not your sense of security, because I think that you feel more secure doing this than not. But it threatens your actual security, which makes me think: is this a reaction to something in the workplace? This situation would very much describe fighting against some form of legal oppression or repression, such as fighting for the rights of a specific group in society. So we could look at LGBTQ rights, we could look at Black Lives Matter, we could look at, is it prejudiced against mums in the workplace, for example, or just women in the workplace for that matter. There's this sense of, this is not a divine, okay, you're not looking at it as a divine mission. It's not like some angel has come down and said, you must go forth and do this. It's more this sense of, no, this needs changing. And now I am finally in a position to start working towards that. Even though there's an element of you going, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, what am I doing? What am I doing? This is threatening everything. So this is threatening my livelihood or threatening my peace in the home or whatever. It's threatening something because you're stressing out over it. But the overwhelming urge here is to fight this battle, to create this change. We have Mighty King Beleth from the Fallen Angels Oracle deck here, symbolizing upheaval. And Beleth is, you won't necessarily find this, but from my own experience, Beleth is very good at taking something that's in the wrong place and putting it in the right place, which is a symbol coming very strongly with these cards here. So there's very much that sense of you have reached that point of this has got to be done now. And since no one else is doing it, I'm going to do it. And the moment that you step up, there is support from people. Even though you are feeling constrained, and there's an element of, okay, this is weird, there's an element of you feeling almost like you're being self-indulgent by entering into this battle. But I honestly think that's because there's some people around you that do not agree with you. 8 of Cups in the friends position and 5 of Swords indicating some argument and conflict. But there's also the 5 of Swords is also an element of the spoils of war. So if you're losing some friends from this, oh well, there's because whatever this cause is, Sagittarius, it's really, really, really important to you. It is so important that you are willing to go, oh my God, where is my next meal coming from? How is this affecting my income? How is this affecting my home? How is this affecting my relationship with whoever? There's just such a drive to say that I don't care if there's 1,001 different routes of doing it the old way. The fundamental principle of the old way is wrong. So yeah, you've got that Saturn-Uranus square thing going on, I suppose. And you're here definitely on the side of Uranus because you are wanting to change this system. And for a while, I think there's been plenty of cold, hard truths that have headed your way, which have inspired you into this battle. And that flood of truths, and now I want to put inverted commas around it, is not necessarily going to stop, because I think that you enter into this battle and then you seem to enter into a time of stillness, reflection, perfect for the 12th house stuff. Stillness, reflection, meditation, consideration. I don't want to say relaxation, because this guy on the 4 of Swords here is, if I can pick it up, is lying here for a reason. The wolves are standing guard for a reason. The swords with their pennants tied to them have been placed like that for a reason. So it's not just, you're not just going, oh, I'm going to have a lie down, or let's go and have a spa day. It's like, no, I'm going to contemplate this and work out the right way forward, which creates in and of itself a new beginning. So I don't know if that means that by entering into this fight, there could be a threat to something that may well come true. You could lose your job, you could break the relationship, you could disrupt the home, or wherever this anxiety is based, that this sense of security that you would normally have by your actions that you thoroughly believe in, that threatens that sense of security. But that is what I'm seeing here is that's a good thing. That is really a good thing. It is the wise thing to do. Whatever it is that you are wanting to stand up against, you need strength to bottom of the deck here. Strength card and the Seven of Wands. Remember, Seven of Wands can be quite defensive, but certainly in this particular deck, I tend to call it the hill that you'll die on. Now, this card has been coming up a lot in these readings this month. Not the hill you're going to die on, the hill you choose to die on. Going, here is where I make my stand. Here is my Gandalf moment. Thou shalt not pass. But with that meditation time, that consideration, planning, divining what the correct path forward is, because you are meeting a lot of opposition here, is something that really creates a new beginning for you with this Page of Coins. So even if the threats that you are stressing about come true, you lose your job or your home or the peace in the home or the relationship or what have you, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter, because you're coming to a really beautiful new place where you will be flying ahead and cooking on gas with a lot more knowledge, a lot more information. For the final outcome of the cards, we've got Knight of Swords, so that there's definitely documentation involved. There is the careful delineation of this is this and that is that, and this word means this and this word means that. There's I've never quite seen the Knight of Swords to mean new definitions. But that's really what I'm getting from this. It is paired with the King of Pentacles, which is a positive card. The King of Pentacles, I've heard people say when it comes to the love readings, the King of Pentacles is all that. The house, the clothes, the car, the personality, the charm. Add whatever item you want onto that list, and it is probably appropriate. But this is paired with the Hermit. Now, I'm not seeing that you're on your own, but I am seeing that you, as the lantern bearer, are going ahead. You are going first. Bear in mind, Spirit is bringing you friends. You feel that you are supported, but this is your cause. This is your battle. This is what you really deeply and firmly believe it's right, and whether you are willing to pay the material cost of that or not is another matter, but you are willing to take the chance that you may have to. And I think you may have to. It's not entirely clear, because these bottom cards for me are quite emotional. It's like you feel like the risk of that cost is there. It's not telling me that you are paying that cost, losing the job, losing the home, what have you. You might do. It doesn't really say one way or another. But it's taking you from the Energy Oracle. We've got two cards. We got Door to Value and also Angel of Love, card number 49. Now, I like the number 49. I mean, Angel of Love, so if your question was something to do with relationships, that's a good thing, but it might not be the relationship that you think it is. But let's face it, it's me. I don't like doing love readings. That's not the way I think about things. Although this could easily be reacting to a partner's behaviour and saying, no, you either stop it or I'm gone. But you've got support friends if that's the case, so that's not a worry. But I'm thinking this 49 reduces to a 13. 13 is a sacred number. To me, it represents... People will question this, But think Jesus and his 12 disciples, or the zodiac with Earth at the center, 12 signs with Earth in the middle. So it represents both the circle, the outer, and the center of the circle, the inner. I'm feeling that this, whatever the argument is, it's worth it. It's really worth it. I mean, I think that there's a fear in you that almost that you feel like you're, hang on a minute, I'm too happy to go down this path. You know what? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Because what the old systems are offering you is not enough. It's just, it's almost like, here's this cup of love, but by the way, you've got to sign this 15-page document, agree to all the sub-clauses, and then also agree to Apple's terms of use. You know, this, which you've got no idea what's in them. So there's greater fear in not, because if not now, when? Now is the time. Now is the time to move forward. Now is the time to really say, I am going to create a change. So whether that's in your life or for the sake of creating a change for others like you or others around you. I believe all three are being shown in these cards. We've also got, from the Angelarium, we have Chokmah, representing wisdom. This is the wise thing to do because it's going to get you to the right place. And if you do not do it, what price will you be paying for not taking advantage of this most opportune moment? You know you've got this choice to make. Like I say, you've been feeling constrained because of these systems that are around you, as typified by this devil card. So as you know, I always clarify my devil cards with one of the demon-possessed tarot. We've got Two of Wands with Epos. Tells of the past and the future, can make one intelligent and bold. And that Two of Wands is saying there is a choice here. You take the fight or you don't. Now, say you take the option of not taking the fight. Not that I think that you've got a lot of choice. I'm not saying this fight is being thrust upon you. I'm just saying that this fight is so obvious to you. It is just, how could you do anything else? There is something screaming out in your own inner nature going, no, I am fighting this now. It's almost as if maybe like there's been some restrictive system around you and it's finally just done that one step too far. That you know, the straw that breaks the camel's back, the bit where you just go, no more, no more. I'm not putting up with this anymore. We can create different. This is what this Queen of Wands, which is clarifying the Justice card here in the middle. This Queen of Wands feels so loud to me. Whenever I'm looking at the card, I'm just brought back to the Queen of Wands and her determination, led by the fire in her heart. Oh, that's what I could call the reading, the fire in your heart. So that's probably a lot more positive than all the other titles I could give the reading. Is there anything else that I've got here? We've got this enchanted map, flying. Now, this is the card that makes me feel that, well, alongside this door of value and alongside this angel of love, which is telling me you're doing what you're doing for the right reasons, it's heart driven, especially with how loud the Queen of Wands' heart feels here, that this Page of Coins start. The Page of Pentacles is what I call my level up card. It's level 1 complete, start level 2. So you're a veteran because you've done level 1, but now you're here on level 2, you're a complete newbie because all you've got behind you is level 1 and you haven't got any level 2 under your belt yet. So this feels really positive. So my advice is, if this fight becomes obvious to you, stand up, fight, pay the cost, because it leads you to a better place, wherever you end up afterwards. So if you are risking losing the relationship, the peace in the home, the job, whatever, go for it. Do it, because you end up in a better place by doing it, by following your heart, but it will take strength. And although there is support for you, there are friends that stand by you, I think there may be some people that just walk away and go, I am not getting involved in this. That's okay, because you don't want anyone half-hearted on your team here. You want people who are supporting you on your team here. So that's okay. It's not anything to be disappointed about. Right, let's pull an angel from... okay, we have got Two of Wands again. So just pay attention to this. Both the demons and the angels are agreeing here. Two of Wands. Make the choice. And this is, I always say Jeliel, but I think it's Yeliel. There's the helping, whose name means the helping God. And love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. It says so right here. You can't argue with this stuff. So I've forgotten what I was going to call. Oh, the fire in your heart. That was it. Yeah, listen to that fire in your heart. Absolutely. That is what is going to serve you best here. Having said all that, I mean, by now with the past and the present, you'll know if this reading was for you or not. But this is tarot. It's YouTube tarot. It's not a personal reading. So the insight is not so much from my words as it is from your reaction to hearing them in your feelings. Examine that, listen to that, and examine it. And take the advice from that, not from me. I'm just yet another YouTube person, so, and not a very big one at that. So, yeah. But I must say, reading these cards, whatever this battle is, go for it. You're doing the right thing. All right, so do all that good YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, business, and definitely subscribe. It does help. Pressing the like button really does help the channel, especially with my figures. So other than that, go watch your moon and your rising, and don't forget that there's timestamps to fast forward all my blather at the beginning of the video. Cheers.